stuff. Marvel Studios Phase 5 2023, new release slate, 8th of July. Let's see what Marvel Studios Phase 5. Let's see what everything I has to say about Marvel Studios Phase 5. Let's see if this is all about. Make this out.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name is Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, you may have seen it reported earlier last week that there was a chance the writers in the studios were going to make their way back to the negotiating table. But as Friday came and went and as headlines confirmed, those negotiations broke down, or rather, they never took place, meaning the light at the end of the tunnel for the writers and the actors as well, who have been on strike for over a month now, remains out of sight. Now, as I've said many times and will continue to here at the channel, we obviously stand squarely on the side of the actors and the writers, and whenever this is finally renegotiated and resolved, we hope that they return to work feeling like they were taken care of. But try to remember that there is an actual objective for SAG with the strike. It's not just the actors and writers refusing to work because their demands won't be met. They're refusing to work to hopefully impact the bottom line of the studios when they finally can't produce any more projects without them. Well, as was reported months ago, there were several projects at Marvel Studios specifically that were nearing the point of no return. So that's what we're going to talk about today, how this strike has now ultimately impacted Marvel Studios, at least for the next 12 to 16 months, and how the release schedule that they most recently announced can't stay that way, what the new one might look like. We're going to break it all down, the mock 2024 release schedule as we see it, now that we've reached at least a month into the actor strike, and again, there's no reconciliation that seems to be in sight. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is right around the corner. Again, all you got to do, be a sub, leave a comment on this video if you want, stick around to the end of the video, we get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so we're going to start with 2023 and Loki, because I do think there's at least one project that might not make its release date this year. Strikes are still going on, and work our way all the way up to January of 2025. Try to keep in mind that this is a speculative slate based on the fact that I report on this every day, reading the tea leaves, sort of know what's going on. Other industry insiders and YouTubers have done this in the past. It's only speculative because don't expect Marvel Studios or really any studio to come out and say, hey, these strikes are really effing us, the production schedules are all messed up, there's no way anything is going to be released on time, it's all delayed. That would be a major sign of weakness, only embolden the actors. They're going to try to play it close to the vest, so to speak. So don't expect any announcements from Marvel about projects being delayed until the 11th hour, or rather right until they have to. That being said, let's dive in and start with Loki in 2023. We just got the first trailer. It's definitely coming out in October. If anything, there would just be no promo or press involving the actors, unfortunately. But because that's always so much less than the films, I think Echo, that's said to have the whole season dumped on Disney Plus at the end of the year, is also safe. The first real question mark is with the Marvels at the end of the year in November, because it's hard to believe that there's a world where Marvel Studios would want to release the Marvels in theaters and not have Brie Larson, Iman Vellani involved in the way that they normally do with actors in the press. Let's face it, guys, most of the time with a lot of these featurettes and TV spots they're putting out leading up to the film, it's literally all about the actors selling their character. So I do not think that there's a world where Marvel Studios wants to put out the Marvels in November if the strike is still going. Again, that's a huge if, but if it's still going, I believe that they will move it into Deadpool's release slot in May and hold it for another 6 months. The reason for that, as it was reported from trusted sources about a month ago, Deadpool could only suffer a month delay, which it has been now for the actor strike, before it would not be able to meet its May release date. The last official update we heard from Marvel that I mentioned during the prologue, it went ahead and shuffled dates next year, moved Brave New World into the summer date, moved Deadpool up from November to that May date it currently has, and put the Thunderbolts at the end of the year. I believe that Deadpool will simply slide right back into the original November date it had, and that the Marvels will move up into May and take its spot, leaving Brave New World in its still current summer spot because, as we heard, and by all accounts, they were able to wrap up filming just in the last second so that that film, barring any reshoots or rewrites they need to do after the strikes have been negotiated, is getting finished in post-production now and can meet its release date. Now, on the Disney Plus side of things, I think for once this might have actually worked out in Disney's favor. Remember, there should have been an insane amount of content on Disney Plus this year that would have also included Agatha Coven of Chaos and Ironheart. Those have been indefinitely moved, and so while projects this year like Wonder Man and Daredevil were postponed during the writer's strike because they weren't able to do on-set rewrites in at the time, so those are definitely not coming out next year. Now you have series that were delayed from this year that could easily take their spot. Agatha Coven of Chaos and Ironheart will be the 2 live shows on Disney Plus. We also know that there's going to be an additional holiday special. We expect at the end of the year, near, say, October, like they did with Werewolf by Night, that will tie in with Agatha Coven of Chaos, and that'll give you 3 live-action projects on top of What If Season 2 has been rumored to possibly drop in December or January of this year. So either December 2023 or January of 2024. I think that's a lot more likely if they have to delay the Marvels. If the Marvels comes out, I think they back pocket that and possibly move it further down the line. X-Men 97 is almost finished as well. That would have debuted this year had it been ready. That will come out next year. So it seems as though Bob Chapek didn't know what he was doing, but in essence, by front-loading all of this content and headed into this strike, Marvel Studios can weather the storm for the next, say, 16 months and bring us all the way up to 2025. Where the real rub begins is if the strike persists into next year, or to the point where they cannot resume production on, say, Deadpool 3 before they're able to get it done for a fall release date, or they're not able to resume production on the Thunderbolts, then they will not have any major motion pictures ready after Brave New World. So we can all go ahead and start to play games, count the months on the calendar, see when it would have come out, how long the strike has been, subtract it from the total amount, and see how many months are left for what they need for a production schedule. But I hope there's no real reason to do that. I hope the Marvels isn't delayed either, because again, I think the writers and the actors have some very reasonable demands, and that the studios should just come back to the table in good faith and take care of their laborers. You want everybody to feel good about going to work, and Lord knows there's definitely enough money to go around. But as you've heard by some of these reports, it feels like they're just so far from common ground. The fact that the writers and the studios couldn't even make it to the negotiating table is so indicative of the sort of animosity that seems to be, or at least contempt that seems to be on the studio side for their laborers, and the fact that they actually went on strike. It's so hard for me to understand why these corporations don't want to take care of the people who work for them, because ultimately they work with them and everybody prospers when they work together, but apparently that is really hard for them to see. Guys, let me know what your thoughts down below. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright, we are still giving away PlayStation 5s here at the channel. The next one is with Loki's release, or the finale rather, which is just a month or 2 away. If you want to be entered to win, super simple. All you gotta do, hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below, because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up with the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. Remember to stay safe on every platform, my channel included. So if you do have someone reach out claiming to be a content creator impersonating me or anyone else, always remember that anybody can claim to be somebody else. Never, ever contact them on a third-party app like WhatsApp or Telegram, and please never share your personal information. We only announce winners live at the end of videos, live with our voice and the comment that was shown on the screen. Okay, so please be safe, be vigilant, and if you see comments like that on my channel or really any other channel or platform, I see this happening on Instagram as well, just report them. Usually Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, they're pretty good about deleting those accounts, so you're not only doing a service to me here at the channel or whatever channel you're on, you're doing a service to everybody else who doesn't have to get spammed by that account. Guys, thanks for checking out the channel. My name's Michael Roman. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, under the name AllFires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.
Subscribe, like this video. Have a great day, and see you guys. Bye.